What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jaron Ikner, multimedia artist. And today I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Let me explain. I've been working on a short film called Moiré, and it'll be out soon. It's attached to some music I got coming out soon. And as I was scouting for locations, I came across a choice, amazing, dope hallway that fits perfectly for the narrative I'm trying to paint. The problem with this place is that it's in a location that's a little bit off limits. So, me being the opportunist that I am, I decided, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and sneak in here and shoot this footage and make this happen. Now, before we get into this, I will say this. I am not encouraging you to go sneak into locations to shoot your footage. Usually you get permits, permission from the place, etc., so forth. There's a lot of things that you should go through when doing a legit professional shoot. With that said, sometimes as a videographer, you have to be resourceful and take advantage of scenarios as they are. On my last film that I shot, Continuum, it was actually a burnt down Safeway that was gated off and you couldn't really get in there. I actually snuck in there to get some really awesome shots that are really one of a kind, because now the building doesn't even exist anymore. There's no way that no one else is gonna get these shots that I got. Sometimes you just gotta take that risk. So I'm gonna take advantage of the situation and show you guys how to shoot guerrilla style when it comes to making films or music videos or whatever you're trying to shoot. There's really only a couple things that you need in this scenario. Typically when it comes to a shoot, you have lights, a tripod, maybe a dolly, sliders, all types of gear that you bring with you on a set when you're doing a shoot. On a guerrilla shoot, you have to condense it down as much as possible. Now, if I was shooting with somebody else, I wouldn't even be bringing a tripod because I could just strap the camera into my backpack, throw it in there, bring a couple lenses, and we're good to go. But I am shooting by myself for this film, so I'm going to have to bring a few things. One, tripod. Now, the tripod I'm using right now is a pretty cheap one that I got from Walmart for 35 bucks. The good thing about this tripod is that I'm using a T6i, so I know that the tripod will be able to support the camera, but it contracts down to a pretty small size, so I know I can throw it in my backpack alongside my camera and whip it out pretty quick to get the shot that I need to do. And honestly, that's all I'm gonna bring. I'm not gonna bring any lights. I'm just gonna rely on the lighting that's in the hallway because I already scouted it and I know how it's lit, so I'm just gonna have to use that light to my advantage. I might try and sneak in some type of reflection, a piece of tinfoil, or maybe some type of sheet, but something that will allow me to bounce some light if I need to get some shots to fill some stuff. But honestly, I'm trying to be that condensed as possible in the scenario because I'm not supposed to be there. Another thing to consider too is that when you're shooting guerrilla style, time is of the essence. So if you have an idea of the location that you're shooting in and maybe you had a chance to scout it before, a shot list or something similar to that would be very useful because you can get in and out as fast as possible. Another thing to think about on most shoots is how you're gonna record your sound. Fortunately for me, there's no dialogue in my short film. It's all actually just shots and sequencing and music and sound effects. So I don't really need to get any type of on-set sound. Typically in this situation though, if I did need to get sound for whatever reason, I would just use my trusty old phone. Whip that thing out and maybe throw it on a C-stand or a tripod and have that record your sound on the fly. You're going to want to do this, especially if you're trying to run and gun with your camera. Oftentimes, most microphones and cameras don't carry sound very well, simply because of the fact that they're just not designed for that. So even if you have secondary sound in some kind of way, shape, or form being recorded on a phone, or maybe even a Tascam if you can afford it, or some type of little mini audio recorder, then you're good to go. Now, obviously, everybody can't afford an audio recorder, so recording on your phone is perfect, and it's less suspicious too. So, I'm all geared up. I got my tripod, I got my camera, and we're gonna go make this happen. So, obviously, I'm not gonna tell you where I'm shooting this location, because that would, kind of ruin what's going on here, and also liability reasons. But I am gonna show you my process of how I got in there, and then once we get there, I'll show you the shots. Okay, so I just got to the location. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell you where it's at. Hopefully you guys won't be able to tell by the background. But it's inside another spot, so I have to kind of Metal Gear Solid my way through here. I gotta change in the wardrobe too. So let's go ahead, let's get it, let's go. All right, moving pretty quick here. I'm trying to see if we can get to see if it's gonna be kind of just sneak around and hope that the security guard isn't around this corner. It seems to be clear. Let's see. So we made it in here, but I think we might have got seen one of the security guards. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we're in. We're trying to stay quiet because sound like really carries in here. But check out this hallway. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we successfully did what we needed to do, and we got the shot. I think all in all, it was a success. I do think the security guard saw me holding the equipment, but then there's also like a music school over here. So I think that he may have just let me go because of that. But we did it. We got the shots that we needed. Exciting. So we're back in the car now. We did it. We got the shots we needed to do. Snuck in there, so now we're about to go home and edit this up real quick. Yeah. Okay, and we're back. So the shoot went pretty well. Really no complaints. We were able to get in. Took about an hour to get the shots that we were able to get and get out. I do think there was a security camera in there, but even if they saw me, if anything else, probably entertainment, especially with what I was shooting in there. So that's cool. The whole point of this exercise is about creativity and pushing your limits as an artist. If there's an opportunity to shoot and you have the ability to shoot it, just go do it. Absolute worst case scenario that it just doesn't work out, but at least you tried, right? I went ahead and posted a link to my previous film, Continuum, on Amazon. Feel free to check it out. Also, I posted a list of some of the gear that might help you out if you're trying to do a guerrilla style shoot, type of camera that I use, things like that. Feel free to check out the link below. Also, a lot of these films that I do shoot by myself, so I'll be doing plenty more videos on how to break down the process of how to shoot a good video by yourself. But I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, how did the footage turn out? Well, I'll let you guys check it out. Here is a scene from my movie Moiré, coming out very soon, and it's called No Exit. But before I get out of here, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and do all the stuff that people do on YouTube channels. Really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, post in the comment section and I'll answer in the next video. One love. Peace.